moment is here, you can stop your search. It's Comics by Perch.
Hey everybody, this is Perch, and have a viewer question here. There's also a little bit of rain, so hopefully that's not too distracting on the little roof here. But the question basically goes, why do so many people in comics act ridiculous on social media? Why do they write things that seem particularly embarrassing for themselves? Not a political hot take, not I hate Trump people, but things like I just threw up, or I'm getting drunk and it's only 11 in the morning, or stuff like that. Why do they? Why do I'm gonna leave off that third one? Um, YouTube would object. Why do they write stuff like that? Things that are embarrassing for themselves. Well, it's a good question, but I think it's an easy question. So I want to expand the topic a little bit because a couple days ago I posted, "Hey, here's some Twitter accounts that you should follow." And I posted that because there are some people who've been blocked, I think, by Tom Taylor or by Vita or by somebody. And my point to them kind of was, it stings absolutely to get blocked by a creator, particularly when you're following the book, and especially when you hadn't said anything. You haven't actually ever talked to them. You had never showed up in one of their threads. You hadn't insulted them. In many cases, you're a fan of their work. I know this happened with a lot of people with Taylor. I know it happened with a lot of people with Vita. And why is it that I never did a thing? I am a fan of New Mutants, and yet Vita has blocked me. Why? And you get angry. I've talked about that in videos before. I think it is very detrimental. I know a lot of people are in that situation, and the response from the creators is often shrug. Well, you don't have a right to my Twitter feed. That's true. You're right. You don't have a right to somebody's Twitter feed. If we're going to put it in context of right, but why would you go isolate a customer like that? That also makes no sense. But anyway, that's a whole other video, whole other topic. But the point I was making was, you're not missing much, and that I'm sure sounds like an insult, and maybe it is. But the reality is, if you go look at Dan Slott's Twitter feed, you're not missing any great pearls of wisdom or incredible behind-the-scene looks at comics. You're missing a lot of just Twitter nonsense. Same thing is true with Vita. Same thing's true, by and large, with Taylor. I mean, Taylor will post up art from his books and other things, but you're not missing a vital behind-the-scenes look at the comic. So I suggested, hey, here's a couple accounts you should follow on Twitter. These accounts are pretty much they just post art, so it's a nice, healthy thing in your feed. You're scrolling through, and here's a tweet with some pencils. Walt Simonson, Bob Layton, Paul Smith. There's many others, but those three, God, go follow those three. It's just clean and simple. You get some art. You get some early looks at sketches of work they're doing. You get zero jokes. And that was the point that somebody had said, I saw your recommendation, but Bob Layton's Twitter feed is very boring. There's no humor. There's no attempt to engage with the fans. It's just him posting, unpublished artwork. And I'm reading that, and I go, yeah, exactly. And I realized at that moment, different people are looking for different things. This is a new revelation. Obviously, it's true. But different people are out for different things. And I think there is a world on Twitter or on Instagram for just comic stuff, just the facts, ma'am kind of stuff. And then there's Twitter feeds for silly nonsense. If you are following, Leah Williams, you're going to get silly nonsense. That's what you get. You'll get her. Yeah, she'll talk about the comics she's writing from time to time, and that's you get some of that, but you also get a lot of posts like this one. My sleep paralysis demon is Sonic the Hedgehog yelling "nice cock." Now, I'm not a Puritan. You could say what you want. It's your Twitter feed. It's your game. As of the point where I'm, recording this, which was this tweet's been out for an hour. It's got 224 likes, 23 retweets. People seem to like it. It is meeting the audience of people who want, nice cock Sonic jokes. Some of the people responding, I love you, Leah. Thank you, Leah, for giving me this moment and giving me the biggest chuckle together today. And they give a little fan art of Sonic the Hedgehog yelling nice cock. We've got, come on, we know that it's Shadow that says that. Anyway, lots and lots of stuff. People enjoy it. Cool. You got to figure out who you are. Do you want to see Bob Layton unfinished artwork from, some of his Iron Man designs? Do you want to see Walt Simonson pencils leading up to kind of his creation of, Ragnarok when he was working on Thor? Or would you like to see, Leah Williams talking about Sonic's dick? It's up to you. I'm not going to tell you which one is right or wrong, but that's what you got. I think the point is you got to figure out what you're into, what you're after, and then just steer to the accounts that are going to give you that. And don't expect, say, Leah Williams' account to give you Walt Simonson-like content. And don't expect Walt Simonson content to give you Leah Williams' account. Hell will freeze over before you will see a Walt Simonson tweet talking about Sonic's dick. That's not going to happen. So ultimately, you get what you want. Now, to kind of the original question, why do editors do this? For attention, that's the biggest reason. Editors, writers. Why do people in comics do this? Attention. That's the biggest reason. Twitter is not built for, nuanced, informative takes. It's built for random bullshit. That's what it's really designed to do. Their algorithm and the very nature of that platform encourages that stuff. It discourages thoughtful content. It is shit poster. That is going to be the new name for Facebook, I hear. But no, that is what it's intended to do. And so, if you're on that platform at all, that's what you're going to get. In terms of why people do that, because they want to be popular is the answer. And nobody is telling them don't. And nobody is going to tell them don't. Maybe never. Although, yes, the big two have started to circulate don't get into stupid angry fights on social media. We are going to start paying attention to that. That is a thing now. People have been told, and you absolutely, if you pay attention, you'll notice that the antagonistic stuff has gone away. It hasn't gone away. It is definitely reduced. And there's going to be different standards for different people. I feel pretty sure that Dan Slott, Al Ewing are going to be able to get away with a lot more than some of the assistant editors who are going to get away with nothing. That's, but in place of the antagonizing political tweets or the fights or some of the more aggressive stuff, you're going to see more tweets and posts about Sonic's cock. That's what you're going to get. And I am not, I'm not saying that this is right or wrong. It's what you want. I think that some of these tweets they seem funny at the moment. I think they have the capacity for aging really badly. Sometimes, like in the case of James Gunn, so badly you get fired and then rehired later. But it's like there's an Alec Baldwin tweet up there making a joke about Liz Cheney and saying, what does it feel like to shoot somebody in the face? And it's like, ooh, that's not good. I would personally stay away from it simply because I don't want to have trouble. Now, that said, if you go to my Twitter account, I shit post all the time. But generally, I try and take away from the more edgy takes because I don't want the attention later, because I don't want the hassle later. I've already had, comics writers and others accuse me of being all kinds of things. And somebody dug up some tweets and said, look at what this guy said. And I'm like, all right, well, this is just another indication of why I shouldn't be on Twitter. But overall, people are joking. Certainly when they post stuff like this, that is kind of the default excuse. It's just a lot of the jokes aren't really funny. A lot of it's in either bad taste or just feels tonally really off. And it's not. I don't know. I find it very defeating. None of us are going to change creative behavior, though. So the question really becomes for you, the reader, for the customer. What do you want to put up with in your life? And I'll tell you, regardless of whether you buy those comics or do not, maybe you've signed off and you're never buying a Tom King or a Vita comic. That's fine. That is your choice as a consumer. I'll tell you, regardless of that, whether you buy or don't buy, if you know that you love comics and you really want to be immersed in comic art and behind the scenes kind of stuff, go follow Colleen Doran. Go follow Walt Simonson. Go follow Bob Layton. Go follow Paul Smith. Again, there's many more. Brett Booth will occasionally write things that tweets of his, but he also posts a crap ton of art and sketches. So does Ben Templesmith. So all kinds of people. If you like somewhat corny dad jokes, Bill William does a lot of those. There's you get a lot of you just basically got to find the personality you want to deal with, and then follow those accounts. And if you see a creator who's constantly posting silly nonsense, maybe don't. Maybe just steer clear. I think at this point, if you are following Leah Williams, for example, you are asking for it. I mean, in the sense that you can't say I follow Leah Williams and I can't stand silliness. I mean, that is a mistake. You have made a bad choice of judgment. I mean, I'm looking down. The last line in a W.B. Yeats poem called "The Second Coming" got stuck in my head until it manifested this as "humping toward Bethlehem." I mean, okay. Again, it's for somebody out there. I mean, from what I could see here, it's for 133 people that liked it. It's not for me. If it's not for you, don't torture yourself. Just unfollow. Steer away from that stuff. Here's another one. Give us your tired, your poor, your squirting masses. And then there's a little anime picture of what looks like a anime girl squirting a rainbow. Again, cool. It's there if you want it. But I what are you going to do? Thanks for listening.